Alright, everybody. We're going to play a little music. If nobody shows up, I'll just make this like a recap. It's not a big deal. We used to play a little music back in the day. Alright, everybody. So, just enjoy the music, I guess. Let this go a little bit. And, yeah. It was a phenomenal week. Phenomenal 40 days. I'll definitely let you know today if I was red or green. Yeah. Hope you guys definitely do enjoy the content. I haven't did a live stream in a while. It's been a long time. So, I mean, to me, if nobody can show up, that's fine. You guys can always watch it later. It'll be just like a recap for myself. I'll probably go even faster if I don't have any questions. But I'll definitely try to go in some detail. If you guys all don't know, this is Wisconsin Badgers theme song, our college football team. So, any questions, any comments, just throw them out there. I definitely will get in the charts for sure. I'll break down exactly what I've seen today. It's a pretty wild day. Dasa did trade today, so which is cool. I'll show you his P&L. All in all, it was it's been a great week. Yeah, can't really say much more. I don't know if my chat's working. Somebody could throw something in like I could see you, you're loud and clear, anything like that, just so I know it's working. Or if I have no questions, I'll just break down the what happened today. I'll break down Dasa's trades today. I'll break down my trades today, and yeah. I had some drinks. It's Friday. Tomorrow's it's the weekend. Yay! It's the weekend. We get 2 days off. Definitely excited about that. Anybody that's new, I used to do this in my past, just play some music. I definitely do break down everything that happened today, so I'm just trying to wait. You know, if somebody shows up, that's kind of like one of those. But if you did miss a live stream and you have a question, leave it in the comments below. I definitely look at them. So, we'll definitely get in some charts. So, welcome. I guess I'm Diesel. It's been a while since I did a live stream, but I do have some good content for you guys. I've been trying to get more active and more active on the videos. J-Day. I'm definitely glad you showed up, so I'm not here alone. I know my channel's not that big, but hey, maybe one day it'll be. Did you trade anything? Let me minimize myself now that so I get my big head out of the way. I have a really good habit of keeping my head in the way because I just get rambling. But yeah, I guess I don't really know where to start. I haven't did a live stream in a long time. Today was an interesting day, super interesting day. So actually, let me break down. Actually, I gotta zoom out. So obviously today I traded plug because no, not today. All right, cool. It's definitely fine not to trade if you just sit on the sidelines. You're not putting your money at risk, and yeah, it's definitely sometimes it's nice not to trade. What I'm gonna highlight is the SPY, because everything trades off the SPY. So, what happened today with trading? So, it was an interesting day for me. So today, right away in the morning, I was like, to me this is a bearish trend. So I was like, all right, I want to see kind of what happens at the open, and I started longing this. I believe in the 2680s. I think. I'm not quite sure, but my first trade would have been green. Right here on this big red candles, hour-long candles. If you look at it, the high is 29.24. I'll highlight that for you guys. Right there. That's your huge resistance. This is your huge support. The huge support is 28.51. So right away this morning, if you look at the SPY came out selling, and then it picked back up. So with plug, I was long, and it came up to the 29.20s, and then it pulled back hard. I'm like, wow, that's a big pullback. So on my first trade, what I was thinking is right here on this red candle. That was kind of like, if it holds this 28.50s, I'm definitely long biased. And when I seen this candle right here before the open, I was definitely long biased. Are you still on the win streak? I'll definitely get to it. I will definitely get to that. I'll just show you this couple first trades, and then I'll definitely show the P&L. So this first trade right here, I was long, anticipating on this candle right here that we were going to push higher, and I was definitely right. We pushed up to the 29.20s, and then it pulls back, and I was like, oh man. I was like, all right. Obviously, this candle's green, but at the open, it wasn't. It shot green and then came back and pulled back. And I knew this right here was resistance. So I didn't sell. I held the position. I was waiting for some kind of retest. It started pulling back even harder and harder. And I was like, all right, if this cracks underneath this 28.51, I'm definitely short. Well, it cracked under it. So I went from a green trade, and now I'm red. So I was like, all right. It went red. And when it cracked 28.51, I cut the position. And I was only red probably, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks, nothing crazy. And I ended up shorting. It came down, and this is where it gets interesting. When it came down and it pushed back up, I don't know if you guys were watching this. It literally hovered between green to red. green to red. It was like just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was like, all right, if this thing goes green, I'm definitely long biased. So this candle closed, I believe at 9:02. I hit 1,000 shares long. So after this short, I was down $230. This popped up, and the candle closed green. And when I always talk about this in my video, when a candle goes red to green, that is super strength. So I won 1,000 shares to the green. I won 1,000 shares long. And it popped up. I covered that loss. And then it kept going. By this time, I was $70 in the green. I was scaling out of the position as this was popping up because this candle went green. This kind of went without me, and then it pulls back. And that's where I got into trouble. So, to answer your question, Jay, I'll bring it to you so the anticipation is not there. No, I don't want to log out. So, everybody wants to know, are you green? You're red. You green? You're red. Actually, the green streak is finally gone. It sucks, but I did do something right. So, I went from being red to green, back to red, but I'm red $4.77. So, it's not a huge red day. For me, it's actually like, to me, it's, I'll pull this up because my big head's always in the way. To me, it's always, especially these last 40 days, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot of pressure. Just to constantly close green. One was the levels above VWAP. I don't know if they're above VWAP. I don't trade VWAP. I don't trade anything but price action. What you're seeing on my screen right here, is just strictly price action. That's all I trade. The only indicators on my screen that I ever trade is just price action. That's it. It's price action, candles. So, I don't trade VWAP. I don't trade any indicators at all. What you're seeing right here is all I trade. I personally just believe in price action. Tells it all. Candlesticks tell it all. I don't need a certain line to tell me if it's bullish, bearish, if it hits that ceiling, comes back. But if you trade indicators and it helps you on your trading, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use them by any means. I personally, I don't use any indicators. The only indicators I use is candlesticks and price action. That's it. That's the only indicators I use. So the green streak is done, but like I say, it was a $4 loss today. But for 40 days, I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of pressure. But I figured a $4 loss is it's almost like a break even. So to me, in my eyes, it's red. The pressure's gone. The 40 days is the 40 green day streak is gone. But now I can just move on. Like what about level 2? No, I don't use level 2 either. I don't use level 2. I don't use any indicators. I don't use any. I literally, what you're seeing on What you see on this chart, let me get rid of the SPY. What you're seeing on this chart right here, I'll zoom out. What you see right here that's literally the only indicators I use. I don't use level 2. I don't look at buyers. I don't look at sellers. All my trades are based off of candlesticks, patterns, and price action. That's it. Like, when this candlestick came up, when this candlestick went from red to green and closed, it was just a hair above green. That was my indicator to go long. Like, there was no looking at buyers, no looking at sellers, no looking at VWAP, nothing. It was literally 1,000 shares long right then. And yeah. But that was a great streak. Hey, thanks, man. Like I say, I'll definitely take a $4 loss. If that's what a $4 loss breaks my 40-day green streak, I'll definitely take it, because the winners have not been that big. 100, $200. So to keep that a small loss, I think that was definitely really, it's definitely manageable. Jay, do you use any indicators? I mean, what do you normally trade? But I don't want to get too far gone. DESA did come back. Canada took it again today. I definitely want to show you his P&L. I'm proud of the guy. As we all know, he took a bad beating yesterday, but what he did today was he definitely got back on the horse. Still adds up. DESA jumped back on that horse today and end up finishing the day $245. Obviously, if you guys watched that last video from yesterday, he took a bad beating, but he took one trade today and ended a green, which hats off to him again. Like I said in that last video, it can happen to anybody. So props to him. Yeah, he definitely crushed it today again, which is awesome. I definitely did not want to forget his P&L if I get too rambling. Jay says support and resistance and reclaim strategies, sometimes patterns. All right. BLPH. I think I'm gonna pull that up. Yeah, whatever, Jay. Whatever makes you money in the stock market. I'm not saying that you have to go with my strategy. None at all. This whole YouTube is just for traders struggling and showing you that that you can definitely make money in the stock market. Like, you don't need to be a genius. It's just the biggest thing is patience. Patience is, I think, everything in the stock market. Is there anything, since you're the only one really here, did you see AMC? Oh, I see an AMC. I definitely see an AMC. AMC ripped really hard. There was definitely no stopping that stock today. I didn't even look at it, to be honest with you, but right after the open, I figured it was up. But yes, AMC did push higher. And that's one thing that I strive is like today know your strategy is great. I would love to learn it. So like with my strategy, I truly base my strategy off of candlesticks and patterns. That's it. Like today, like in all my videos, I try to show you guys like candlesticks, like how they should react. Obviously, if we compare AMC to plug today, AMC really didn't pull back. But if we compare like let's see, space, what does space do today? I strictly go off of so space kind of looks somewhat like it got bought up. It definitely got bought up. Let's see, what did Apple do today? So this is just, to me, this is just super hard to trade. I would not want to be in that. Uber. So Uber and AMC definitely look alike, like identical. Like these two patterns, in my eyes, are like you could have went long Uber, you could have went long AMC. Definitely the same pattern. Plug definitely was different today. It kind of looked like space, but I literally, my strategy is just candlesticks. How does that candlestick close? When that candlestick closes on a 1 hour time frame, that tells me everything I need to know. Like when I was short biased, on plug today, and then I seen this candle right here. You can definitely go on demand and replay this day. You'll see exactly what I was seeing. When this candle closed red and then I got bought back up, it was literally hovering between 50s and 70s. Like it would go green and it'd go red. It'd go green, it'd go red. At that point in time, it's whatever this candlestick closes, that is exactly what I'm doing on the next candle. So when this one closed green, I was 1,000 shares long. So that 1,000 shares made up for a $238 loss, and then put me green, like $70 to $90 on the day. So it's all on my strategy is how does this candlestick close? When that candlestick closes, that tells me everything I need to know. So like through my videos, anything like that, that's exactly that sums up my strategy really quick. Is you just have to be patient for this to close, because when this candle closes, it tells you a really good option of what the next candle's gonna do. What time frame are you watching? I only watch the 20-day 1 hour. So right here, 20-day 1 hour. That's the only time frame that I use. Which, if you're used to using a 1 minute or 5 minute, or maybe even a 15 minute, it can definitely throw you off. Let's just compare what this looks like on a lower time frame with the 1 minute. So it bottomed out, it came up. So this area here is what I'm talking about. Right here. So when this candle went green to red, this is what you're witnessing right here. And when this candle closed at 9 o'clock, if you look at 9 o'clock right here, this is green. At 9:02 right here, 28.85. So when this 1 hour candle closed, we're right here at 9 o'clock. So when that candle closed green, that's the only thing that told me that when this went from green to red, that's a long. So without me knowing that, I would have took a huge loss, because my bias was short biased in the beginning. When this cracked at 28.60s, I'm short biased. When this candle closed green, you have to trade what the candlestick tells you. So when this candlestick closed green, automatically 1,000 shares long. So I mean, that's why I don't use any kind of VWAP or level 2 or any indicators. All I care about is price action. Price action, well, I'll do any indicator out there. So, I mean, if you use them, that's awesome. But for my strategy, I don't need something to tell me that if it's a buy or sell. All I need to do is when this candle closes, this tells me the whole picture. So like the last 40 days of me trading, all I've ever used is just candlesticks. And then before the market opens, I'm just like, I try to go back on charts and look at charts and say, hey, is this bullish or bearish? What do I think the stock's going to do? And the reason why I do that is I try to get, before the market opens, I try to get a biased, which sometimes can bite you. But yes, the only time frame I use is the 1 hour time frame. In that video that I explained yesterday, when the market closed weak, when the SPY closed weak, everything closed weak, in that video I was saying tomorrow I'm not going to be biased because I've seen the market come down and then push higher. So like every day they're switching patterns, they're switching candlesticks, and all I react to is the candlestick. Like that's the only thing that my brain sees is price action, if it's bullish or bearish. So for me to go 40 days on a green streak, and then today obviously is a red day, but it was a $4 red day. You definitely have to manage your red days from your green days. If your green days are, let's just say like mine, $100, $200, $300, and you take $1,000 red trade, you just wiped out 10 days of you trading green. So if you're going to take a red day, you have to keep it small. If your winners are $3,000, yeah, you can afford a $500 hit, and it's not going to affect you because every day you're making $2,000 to $3,000. So if you take a $500 loss, and you're doing the same strategy every single day, rinse and repeat, you will definitely come out on top. So I mean, keeping your losers really small, I mean, that's just the key to trading, is to know when you're wrong and just cut the trade. It's one of the hardest things to do in trading, is to know when you're wrong and accept that you're wrong and accept that you're going to have a red day, because Monday morning you didn't forget about the loss, but when Monday morning comes, it's a whole day. It's a whole different day. So like you can make that loss back, but the loss has to be small, which sucks because like I could have quit with the $70 green day. I could have, being red 230 to green 70, I could have just walked away. Sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't. But I definitely hope you guys enjoy the content that I put out. I'm just trying to change your guys' mind on trading, like being self-sufficient. That's why I try to put out the videos. That's why I try to do everything I can to help anybody that's trading, that's struggling. It's like, this is how I approach the market. Do you have to use my theories? Absolutely not. You can use Ross Cameron's, you can use Stephen Duck's, you could use Mad As. I mean, there's so many traders out there that you could use their style. But the thing of it is you can watch them trade, but if it's not in your brain, it's going to be really, really hard to pick up. Trust me, I've bought a lot of courses, and I don't think I've only one course I've really learned a little bit about price action. But when it comes to trading, it's you yourself versus the market. It's not what anybody else is doing. Could you give me more examples of your strategy? Yeah. Yesterday. I don't know if you did watch that video. So like, I'm gonna highlight this. So like on this right here, the pattern. My strategy is patterns and candlesticks. So when I seen this pattern yesterday, this right here. So I go back. Let's see here. I have to go even further back. 90 days. So right there. $20-day, 1 hour. So I'm going to highlight this. So I talked about this in yesterday's video. So like with my strategy, what I'm looking at is how am I going to get the edge in the market? That's my strategies. How do I get this edge? And what gives me this edge is patterns. So yesterday with this pattern right here, if we look at just these candlesticks, so everything ripped on Thursday. Wait, I might have my day wrong. So today, Thursday. So Wednesday, everything ripped. So in that video that I talked about yesterday, I went back on the chart and I said, what's going to give me the advantage here of knowing if it's a sell or if it's a buy? So if I study these candlesticks right here, the last time that plug, or it doesn't have to be plug, the market shot high. So I'm looking at this right here. This is my strategy. So on this day, what did the market do? So all I'm looking at is this. All I see is this, and all I see is this. So in my brain, I go back in the chart and I say, okay, what do I think is going to happen tomorrow? I have no clue. But when tomorrow opens up, I'll have a clue. So the first thing I see is this right here. Right there. This is the first candle I see. And I say, okay, what have I seen this before? Can I go back in the chart? Can I study this chart? Where am I going to see this same setup that I can say, okay, am I short biased or am I long biased? So I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I seen this right here. This stuck out to me. I seen this first candle. I seen huge push up, and then I seen this. I'm like, all right, 1, 2, 3 green candles. It didn't break the high, and I even said in that video, if it sells off hard quick, I know it's going to repeat this pattern right here. It's going to repeat that pattern. So the market opens. What's the next candle? Next candle's 33. It's holding support. Okay, what's the next candle? It goes green. All right, so it's still looking, in my eyes, it still looks like this. Even though it's not 3 green candles, it has not broke pre-market highs, so I'm still short biased. What's the next candle do? Still not broke it. So you have this consolidation right here, and to me, this looks the same. So right here is right there. This candle right here gave it all away. So we just went from an uptrend, and then this candle breaks. What does this candle do? We go from an uptrend to this candle breaking. So right here, in this scenario, I'm short biased. Why am I short biased? It's because the pattern tells me that I'm short biased. So now I'm looking at the open. If this thing sells off hard, what's it gonna do? I'm expecting the exact same thing. With charts, I expect the exact same thing to happen. So here we go, market open. What happens in the first candle? It sells off hard. So in my brain, I'm telling myself, if that first candle sells off hard, the second candle is going to sell off hard. What happens? The second candle sells off hard. And then we have a pop. But on this one, it just kept selling. So if you were to look at AMC, the SPY, Dow Jones, Apple, any stock that you're going to look at, you literally have the same pattern. But what sets me apart is that I go back in the history of that stock and I say, okay, what happens when these stocks have a huge run-up? And then I'm looking at that pattern. That's the only thing that sets me apart, is I'm looking at a pattern. So like anything that I trade has to have a pattern. And when the pattern is confirmation, that's when trading gets easier. Because you're not guessing. You're not waiting for some guru to tell you, hey, buy this or sell this. Like, you're doing your own due diligence. I mean, I could definitely go into more examples if you want. Like, that's why I try to put out like daily videos. So like, I know these last couple has been more P&L, but literally this is how I trade every single day. It's patterns and candlesticks. Like, in the last, you gotta think of yourself, in the last 40 days, have you seen any guru out there trade plug? Absolutely not. Have you seen any guru be on a 40-day win streak? Absolutely not. So there's really no insight to me saying, hey, somebody told me to do this, somebody told me to do that. That's just me studying. I literally study candlesticks. So you're looking for a repeat pattern every single day. Every single day I'm looking for a repeat pattern. And if that pattern changes... So you had a great question. So when the pattern changes, like today, that pattern changed. So if you're a short bias trader or you're a long bias trader and that pattern changes and you can't adapt to that pattern changing, you will lose. You have to be able to adapt in the stock market. If you cannot adapt, the stock market will leave you behind. So if you're one of those traders that say, hey, I'm a strong bias long trader, or I'm a strong bias short trader, and you're shorting AMC. Let's just pull up AMC. I'll give you a different ticker besides plug. AMC. You're a short bias trader today, right? And you're like, I know the stock's going to go down. I know it. Why is that? Because if you look at the SPY, in the first 1 hour. So you have your charts pulled up. A lot of these stocks correlate with the SPY. So in the first 1 hour, let's look at SPY. SPY went from 462 to 459. And you're like, I'm a short bias trader. Because the SPY goes down, AMC's got to go down. No. That's not how it works. If you're shorting this stock because the SPY is going down and you can't think to yourself, hey, that's a huge green candle, green, on a 1 hour chart, and you can't like flip your bias to long side and say, you know what, I'm not trying to be stubborn, I'm going to long bias because that's what the chart tells me. All answers lie in the chart. That's it. Everything you need to know lies, it literally, the chart tells you everything you need to know. So like today when I was short, I was long to short, back to long. It doesn't matter if it's bearish or bullish. So I don't know if you're asking with the SPY or if you're asking like a stock. All I'm saying is you have to be able to adapt. If you can't adapt, you will lose in the market. Like plain and simple. If you can't adapt in the market leaves you behind. If it's a bullish setup and you're super bearish and you keep shorting and shorting and shorting, and it's just going against you, and you can't see that, hey, maybe I should be a long bias trader. The market has no feelings. You either have to adapt or you lose. So like with my skill set, I can adapt the patterns. Doesn't matter if it's bearish or bullish. So to answer that, every day that I trade, I'm literally looking at that first 1 hour candle. After that 1 hour candle closes, that's going to tell me everything I need to know. If that stock's going to be bearish or if that stock's going to be bullish. As soon as that 1 hour, so as soon as this candle right here, as soon as this first 1 hour candle closes from 8:30 to 9, that tells me if a stock's bearish or bullish. If that thing's straight green, like AMC was today, and look at the SPY. The SPY in the first candle is red. I'm not saying you have to trade off the SPY, but the SPY definitely does have a lot of impact in trading. But if this first candle is green, what do I expect on the next candle? To be green. I don't expect this strong of movement and then this next candle to be red. So within this first 1 hour, if this is green, I'm long. Today in plug, what happened? I went from short biased to long biased real quick. At 9:02 this morning, I was short. 9:02. This candle closed at 9 o'clock. It went from red to green. That right there told me when this candle goes red to green, right there, 1,000 shares long. And it's all in that first hour. So, right here. Look at this. My favorite setup. I talked about in this video yesterday. Right here. When this candle right here. When that candle stays red. First hour market open. First hour market open. Not pre-market. It has to be the open. My favorite setup in the whole world. Right here. When this candle goes green, the thing of it is I have this down to a time frame. When this candle comes out and it goes red the first 10 minutes and it goes green, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. 30 minutes goes by. 45 minutes goes by. I can tell if this thing's going to close red or green just in the time frame. This just from studying candlesticks. But when this turns from, it goes red to green, back to red, and I see this body right here. That, to me, is 100% short biased. Why? Because a candlestick. It doesn't matter. There's no VWAP. There's no level 2. There's no indicator. No 200 moving average. All I care about is where does this candlestick close. That's all I care about. Because when this candlestick closes, the next one I'm already prepared for. So that's what leads to my success is I study candlesticks and patterns. I know when that candlestick goes red, I have the edge to be short biased. And like I hope people see it. Like the 40-day win streak. Any video I've ever seen, ever shown, you've never seen one indicator because I don't use indicators. I don't need an indicator to tell me if this right here is bullish or bearish, or if this is bullish or bearish. Like I don't need an indicator. Let's look at AMC. I'll show you. This is my secret to the stock market is I study candles and patterns. This right here. When this candle closes red, do I trade AMC? Absolutely not. But I'd have to go back and look and study the chart. What is this candle? How does this stock perform? I mean, literally, how does the stock perform? I know Plug. If Plug goes from green to red to green, and it holds green when that candle closes, that stock is going up. Like, I don't need anything else to tell me that Plug is going to go up. All I need to know is if this candle closes green, Plug is going higher. If this candle closes red, Plug's going lower. That's all I need to know. All I need to know is this first 1 hour candlestick, wherever that closes, that tells me everything I need to know. So your entry, would it be on the next 1 hour candle? So when this stock, so if you're really patient, which we all know in the stock market, nobody's patient. If you can wait for that first 1 hour candle to close, you have the edge. Why is that? Because you are patient enough to wait. You will get paid. I always talk about on my videos is yesterday when I said I wanted to see a retest. Why is that? Because I know Plug, when it sells off, it retests. So for me to go full size when this candle opens, it's really risky. Why is that? Because it doesn't do that often. It doesn't just sell off. I can show you examples. Retest. Ready? Look at this. Retest, retest, retest. Retest, retest, retest. Retest, retest, retest. Like it always retests. So for that day, for that stock just to sell, it threw me off. It literally threw me off. And it's just literally watching candles like hours and hours and hours a day. To be successful at the market, you have to put in the time. Like, you have to study and study and study and study and study. Not one trader out there that's successful. I can guarantee you they were unsuccessful, and I'm not a successful trader. I'm just I'm just an average human being that's trying to do what you guys do on a daily basis. Like, I'm, like, this is not my job. But one thing that I do is I strive for the best. Like, I always try to give myself the edge. There's no guru out there teaching me everything that I show to you guys. That's why I have this YouTube channel, is to show you guys, like, don't rely on gurus. I mean, if I could say one thing, they're just taking your money. Literally. Why do you need to pay for a program when you can go on YouTube and look up everything that they do for free? Like, I mean, just, if you want to get successful, like I say, studying is what's going to get you successful. It's not following a guru. Like, there's so many gurus out there, and they're just in there for, you're giving them money so that they can trade. Like, don't do it. I would never have anybody pay me to show them how to trade. If you want to see how I trade, just go on my YouTube channel. Watch my videos. Like, that would be in my course. Ross Cameron, I took his course. You watch him trade every day, he's going to give you everything you need to know. I mean, it's not rocket science. He does the same thing every day. 40-day. Oh, everything just fell. Perfect. Well, we'll just keep it streaming. What was that? 40-day streak. That was successful. That was a very hard thing to do.
What just happened?
Oh, nothing.
What's up?
Just some cabinets. It's fine. 40 days. Yes, very, very hard to do. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I mean. It's like, don't pay for somebody to give you an education. Your education lies in the charts, and I'm not saying that just to say it. Yeah, that was quite the show behind me. Hey, Tron. But what I have to say is, those 40 days came through studying. Like, that's what I mean. Is you don't need a guru. Like, they're just taking your money. But hopefully, we can do, I don't know. I'm happy with like a 5-day green streak, like 10 days. That's awesome in my eyes. I'm glad we got to catch that live. Everything just collapsing. But I never missed a beat. Good thing there's no ammo in all those. But yes, my success is studying patterns and candlesticks. That's it. Like, when that first 1 hour candlestick closes, that's all the information I need to know. Like, I could, when that candlestick closes, that's it. Like, that's gonna set the tone for the whole day. I mean, I don't even know, like, hopefully we go on another 40-day streak. If not, you know what? I definitely had fun on it. It was a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. I definitely backed my share size down. I got really patient. I waited for candlesticks to close. Sometimes I don't do that, but, like, I didn't want to screw up. I tried to take the best trades. Just done with work. What's next week? Next week, hopefully, is with Plug. Well, like I was saying yesterday, you can watch my video from yesterday. None of these lines have changed. This is a lot of support right here. So I'm thinking either we're gonna break to the high side and we're gonna try to continue higher, or we're going lower. J, is that just a certain pattern? I'm not sure with a certain pattern. Like I say, that the pattern that lies in my success is right here. The only pattern that I care about is right here. Is this right here. This first 1 hour candle. That right there tells me exactly what I need to know the rest of the day. I mean, that's what's led to the 40-day green streak, is the first 1 hour candle. Yeah, we got Jay on trying to figure out Diesel's strategies. But that, like I say, this right here is within the first hour. That's all I need to know. It's either we're gonna be bullish or we're gonna be bearish. Like, there's no in between. Stock's gonna go up or stock's gonna go down. Like, and then just studying. Like, that's what I mean by studying. Is I've studied these candlesticks so much that I know if this candlestick goes green from being red down here and that closes green, I'm long biased. If I was shorting that, I'd take small size. Why? I'd take 100 shares, 200 shares. I'm short or long biased. My first position in the first 1 hour is small. Why is that? Because I don't know what the stock's going to do. That first 1 hour candle is going to tell you everything you need to know. If you go full size in this first 1 hour, when the market opens at 8:30, you still have a half hour till that candle closes. So if you go big size and you still have a half hour, you could be right, or it could be a really, really bad day. So he says, so if the first 1 hour candle closes green, the next candle is green. So what I'm saying is with plug, if that candle closes green, and it went from this morning, it went from it opened up, it shot above, came up to 29.20. Why is that? Because of resistance. Here's the resistance. It could not break it. So if it can't break 29.24, where does it come back to? It comes back to support. So when this went to 29.24 and it came back, and now we broke and cracked support. Alright, now I'm short biased. Am I like full size? Absolutely not. Why is that? Because I've said it a million times. I've had videos. I think a week or two ago I had a video on plug. The last 5 minutes that candle got bought up. So until this candle officially closes, I'm not biased. Once this candle officially closes, alright, now I'm biased. So when that candle went from red and it came up to green and it closed green, I went from being 100 or 200 shares short to 1,000 shares long in a matter of a second. Why is that? Because the candlestick told me that this stock's going higher. For me to try to short that, like, I know to myself to try to be stubborn and say this stock's going down, you're gonna lose. The trend is your friend. So you have to be unbiased in the stock market. Like people that wake up and say, this stock's going down or this stock's going up, you don't know what that stock's going to do. That stock is controlled by more people than we know what to do with. All you can do is react to candlesticks. And if you react the right way, you're green. If you react the wrong way, you're red. And if you win, they lose. If they win, you lose. So, I mean, that's why I say patience, patience, patience. If you're going full size in the morning on any kind of stock, saying, hey, this is bearish or this is bullish, within the first half hour, you're probably going to get smoked. Especially if you're going big size. That's one thing I've learned. I've went in big size. I've had a $7,000 red day from trying to say, I know what this stock's going to do. Like, no, you don't. Wait for confirmation. If you wait for confirmation, you'll have more green trades than you will have red trades. Why is that? Because you have patience. Patience goes a long ways in the stock market. I mean, I try to stress it on my videos as patience. Am I the most patient person? No. But when I see this candlestick close green, am I patient then? Absolutely. Why is that? Because I've put in the time to know when that candlestick goes from green to red, back to green, and getting bought up, I don't need an indicator to tell me that that stock's going higher. Why? Because I put in the time, I put in the effort, I put in hundreds and hundreds of hours watching candlesticks. I already know that when that candlestick opens, I already know where that stock's going. So, like, that's what I preach is the way I've got to my success is not through gurus. It's through putting in the time and saying, okay, you're only trading on the 1 hour time frame. Eliminate all the noise. You eliminate all the noise, it doesn't matter what Sam, Joe, and this person is trading. Only concentrate on your trades. So when you start honing into that and you start watching candlesticks and you start watching patterns and you start diagnosing how that stock should react, how AMC should react, how the SPY reacts, how this, whatever you're trading, if you're watching that on a daily basis, you're going to know within the first hour if this candle closes red or green. 95% of the time, if whatever which way direction it closes, the next candle is either going up or down. And you're already one step ahead of the game. There's nothing out there that's going to tell you, like, hey, this stock's going down because it hit VWAP. That has nothing to do with it. Like, if you don't think market makers and hedge funds and everybody else looks at VWAP and says, hey, let's hit VWAP, pull back, short squeeze everybody, and then take all their money, like, that all that is, it's an indicator that is behind the candle. It's literally behind it. So if you're trading off of any indicator, that indicator lags candlesticks. It's always behind the candlestick. So if you're going off of an indicator, you're trading off of a pattern that is behind, expecting something else. In my strategy, I trade what the candlestick presents me. If a candlestick goes green to red, back to green, how am I so successful is because I've studied that candlestick so many times. I know if I go long in that position, I'm going to be right. So I don't need an indicator to tell me the stock's going up. The only indicator I need is for this candle to close. And once that candle closes, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. I know that I'm going to go long. Anybody that's short that stock is going to be paying me money. And then it's because of the studying that I've done. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I can sit here and tell you guys like how to study candlesticks and like how I see them, but to actually sit down for hours and hours and hours a day and you're not getting paid, like no money, and you're just watching candlesticks, what is that going to do for you? It's going to give you an edge. If you don't have an edge in the market, you're gambling. Or if you're having a guru tell you go long here, go short here, you're probably going to lose. So on AMC, I'm watching the history on the 1 hour open candle to see what it does. Yes, study. So if you like trading AMC, right? If you like trading AMC, this is your stock. You're like, you know what? I like the way that AMC performs, whatnot. Literally, every single day, if you're not trading or you're trading the stock, watch the candlesticks. Literally, watch them. Like, I can just show you, like, right here. On my strategy, right here on AMC, if this first candle closes red, what do I think next can do? I think it's going to close red. Why is that? It's just watching candlesticks. So right here, this candle closes green. And I don't even know what day this is on AMC, 11:10. We're in 12:17. This candle closes green. What do I think is going to happen? If this candle closes green, I think the next candle will close green. Why is that? Because that's what the candlestick tells me. Right here. If this candlestick closes green, what do I think that's going to happen to the next candlestick? I think that's going to close green. Why is that? Because I'm just basing my theories off of what I see in the charts. All answers lie in the charts. Like, that's it. All answers. Like, you're taking the guessing game out. Why is that? Because you've back tested it. You've studied that stock to a T. Let's go to the next day. Let's just see what AMC. So right here, market opens. This stock closes green. Or this candle closes green. And you're thinking, oh my Lord. Next candle's got to close green. But this is where you have to adapt. Let's take this. Hang on. So this one, right here. This is where you have to adapt. Where am I? Right here. So, okay. This candle closes green. This candle pulls back, right? Shoots up green. What happens? This candle breaks this high. What happens? Higher support, higher support, higher support, higher support, higher support. Wow, that's me. Thank you. So you got higher support. What is this? It's an uptrend, okay? Does this pattern happen? Absolutely. Is it often? Absolutely not. So, if you're thinking, okay, well, Andy, you just told me if this candle closes green, the next candle is going to close green. That's where you have to adapt. If this candle opens, okay, so this candle literally opened at 39.49. Let's just draw a line. You're going to know this. Why is that? Because you've studied it. So, actually, no, close. 40.33. So, all right. AMC. This candle closed green. Well, Andy, you just told me if this candle closes green, the possibility of this next candle closing green is in my favor. Yes, I did say that. Why is that? Because I study candlesticks and I adapt. So, let's break this down. So, AMC. And when you start studying candlesticks, you're going to start to see what I see. Let's just go 20 days. All right, where are we at here? I got to see what day. Oh, this 11/12. All right, 11/12. So we got to go back just a hair. And if you do, one thing I can say is on demand. Great feature. Great feature. 11/12. So right here we're talking. All right. One thing I've noticed: plug, AMC, SPY, blah blah blah. Here's what I've noticed in the market. Okay, so this right here opens green, closes red, right? And you're thinking to yourself, well, you told me if this closes red, that's what it's supposed to do. Here's what I'm telling you: is when this candlestick opens at 4106, right? In the first 10 minutes, you want to know why I study candlesticks? Because I know. In the first 10 minutes, when this candle opens, it can push green. It can. And then it pulls back. The next 10 minutes. Then what happens? You see the buyers coming in. And all of a sudden, this candle shoots up. And what happens? It breaks the high of this candle. So I don't need an indicator to tell me that this is a bullish setup. What's the difference? This candle opens up, and guess what? In the first 10 minutes, it can't even break this high. And the next 20 minutes, what does it do? It just keeps going down. The next 30 minutes, it keeps going down. The next 40 minutes, it keeps going down. That's why you have to adapt, because you know in your brain when this candle opens right here, and it say this candle opens and it shoots green and then it pulls back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's very typical of a stock to pull back. But when a stock pulls back, I've literally had this down to a science. It takes 10 to 20 minutes. If that pullback gets bought up in the first 10 to 20 minutes of that 1 hour candle and it starts pushing higher and it breaks over this body, after that 20 minutes, it is super bullish. Why is that? Because I've literally spent hours and hours and hours and hours studying candlesticks. So I know this setup from this setup. Why? Because when this candle opens, it pushes up a little bit and then it just starts tanking. When this setup hits, it pushes open a little bit, it draws back down, it gets pushed back up, it draws back down. You can see the buyers stepping into it. It's not just gonna tank. So that's the difference, is studying candlesticks. So from this setup to this setup, that's why you have to adapt. If this candle comes out and it's just selling and selling and selling and selling and selling, and you're like, well, that's supposed to go green. Well, let's just look at this. When this candle closed 40.22, okay, this candle opens on this body. Look at this wick. This wick is still in the green body. Is that showing you any sign of selling? No. Look at this wick. This thing just covered the whole thing. That's what I mean. Like, it's literally studying candlesticks. Like, I have that down to a time frame. When that candlestick opens, what should it do? If this candlestick opens and it just starts pushing green, 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 I'm not selling. So in my theory, so on this day, candlestick opens, green. This day, green. This day is the only day that didn't. So let's just study AMC. This candlestick, green, 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 green. This one opens, red. Pullback. That's what I mean. You have to adapt. If this is not breaking the highs, you can't just be like, well, this candlestick opened green, so I got to hold it. Like, you have to literally watch the candles. If it's not breaking higher, it's literally telling you it's not going higher. It has to show you that momentum. That's what I mean. You have to adapt. Like, and it's just what leads to my success is just adapting to candlesticks. Like, I don't care about any kind of any kind of indicator. Why is that? Because I don't need an indicator to tell me if we go green to red. I just mentioned this. My favorite setup right here. If this closes a green candle and this closes red, I'm no longer long biased. Why is that? In the last hour, this just told me it cannot push higher than this candle. So what is that telling me? If I'm a long biased trader, I'm not sacrificing more than this right here. Like, I'm out of the trade. I'm short biased. Why is that? Because the candle just told me I'm short biased. I don't care what this candle did. It's the candle. When that candle closes, that's what tells you everything. I need a drink. I don't mean to be like pressuring and stuff like that, but like that's what I mean, patience. When that candlestick closes, because I already know when this candlestick opened, it was green, green, green. Why is that? Because I can just tell in the body. I can just tell that this candle pushed green, but it never broke the high. So that should right there tell you, if it's not breaking this high and this candlestick closes red, like it's not no longer taking highs. It's coming back to support. And like, where's your support at? So if we're in pre-market, here's my support. That's the last red. Oh, I just did it. I don't know where I was at here. I don't even know what pattern I was on. Like this setup right here. This first candle, green, green, red, right? That candle closes red. Next one's green. This right here is telling me, okay, in the last 3 hours, we cannot break these two highs. Like, that's what I mean, is you have to be able to adapt. Like, just because this one green to green, and now we're red, like, it's just support and resistance at that time. If it doesn't break this high, where does it come back to? It's coming back to support. Where's your support at? Your support's right here. That's your support. Here's your resistance right there. Like, it's just a channel. And it's either going to push high or it's coming back to support. I mean, that's what you have to all take in. It's like, you're literally just reading a candlestick. That's it. Like, you're just reading it. If it's not pushing higher, it's going lower. If it goes lower, where does it go? Well, look to the left. Here's your first support, here's your next support, and here's your next support. If it breaks this support, okay, where does it go after that? And you got to look back on the chart. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. It's like, but you study that stock. You're literally studying that candlestick to say, okay, I know if this candlestick right here, if this candlestick is a huge green body, right? And this candlestick opens, comes back down, and is pushing higher than this. Like, you don't need an indicator to tell you that this is going higher. Why is that? Because it's just price action at that time. Because your support's down here. If it doesn't come back support, where does it go? It just keeps going higher. Like, it's just literally candlesticks. So in the beginning of the day, like, this right here is the top of this red candle. You got to think, for 1 hour. 1 hour, that's a long time. It did not break 38.71. It went from 38.71 back to 37.67. So, right here. This is the resistance. The resistance is the top of this candle. Hey, Dunny's here. So yes, the resistance is right here. If it breaks this resistance, where does it go next? Well, let's just find out. This is your next support, resistance. So if this breaks higher, which is awesome, and you're long biased, you're making money. But what happens when this cracks it? Let me take this line away. So when this cracks, where does this go? Down to a T, right there, right to support. That's your support. If it can't go any higher, it goes back to support. Where's the support? Right there. Maybe I might have too many lines drawn now. But you guys get the gist. Is you always have to react to candlesticks. Like I've studied them so much, like I know what that candlestick should look like. I know in the first 10-15 minutes if that's bullish or bearish. If I'm short biased, I'm taking 100 shares. Why? That candle just opened. It has 50 minutes to do whatever it wants to do. Like, I'm not going to take big size. I don't take big size until I have confirmation. Once I have confirmation, take the big size. Why? Because you have the confirmation. Confirmation is key to trading. You wait for the confirmation, you make money. If you don't wait for confirmation, well, you could definitely make money if you're using, if you're reading level 2 or whatever you're good at. I just personally don't. I don't even look at level 2. I don't look at anything. The only thing I look at is these. That's all I need to know. It's just candlesticks. Like that's what I mean. Is I just study them, literally study them. I study so much it gets like it's like a full-time job. But if you want to be successful, you have to put in the time. So like if you're an AMC type of person, just watch it. Like I literally say, just watch it every single day. Watch it till it gets old, then just keep watching it. Like watch the candlesticks. You'll start to see like you'll start to see patterns in that, and when you start seeing patterns, that's when you take the edge, because you have the edge at that point. The market doesn't have the edge anymore. You do. I mean, I eat and breathe and live the stock market. But when you have an edge, you take gambling out. That's what I can say is you're no longer gambling. Every day you're looking for this first 1 hour candlestick to close. When that closes, in the back of your mind, you already know, when this closes, what should this candlestick do next? And if that candlestick doesn't do what you think it should do, get out of the trade. Why? Because you know what it should do. I mean, that's it. It's just reading candlesticks. Like that's what separates me from the pack. Like, I definitely hope you guys soak this all in. Like when you start reading them, you're gonna start seeing what I see on a daily basis. Like Paul Myers, when I made that video for him on that 3 hour setup, and the guy, he banked off it the next day. Why is that? Because he sees a pattern. He knows what should happen, and when it happened, you capitalize on it, and you're green. You're not guessing. You're taking guessing out of you take guessing out of the situation. You're no longer, when you're a consecutive trader, you take guessing out of the game. There's no more guessing. It's either the pattern's going to do it or the pattern's not. And if you can't adapt to when the pattern doesn't do it, you lose. If you can adapt to when the pattern does what you want it to do, you win. You got to think of the market. Between market makers and everybody in the stock market, like, they all know people trade off VWAP. They all know people trade off of the 200-day moving average. They all know people trade off the 9 EMA, the 10 EMA, whatever EMAs you want. They have that all figured out. They're either going to short squeeze people or they're going to take the longs out of the picture. But look, my trading style, there's nothing they can do. I'm not going off of an indicator. I'm going off of candlesticks. So what separates me from the pack is that there's no market maker that's going to say like, oh, if we do this, like that does that. Like that doesn't matter. Like nobody trades my style, so like I don't worry. Like I just go off of what the candlestick shows me to do. When it closes green, I'm long. When it closes red, I'm sizing in to short it. Every day, long or short, I'm gonna trade, and I'm not biased. Like I used to be really short biased trader. Now I'm not. I just do whatever the candlestick tells me to. Why is that? Because that's what makes you money. The candlesticks makes you money. If you just look at it as I'm taking your money, you're not taking my money. And why is that? Because you studied. You put in the time. You put in the effort. You already know when that candlestick closes what the next outcome's going to be, and you're just sitting on the sidelines smiling. I mean, it's a great feeling. Like, it's one of the greatest feelings is when you put in the time, and that 1 hour candle closes. Like, you already know what's going to happen. So I mean, I don't even know how long we've been streaming. Holy smokes, 2 hours. That's the longest live stream I ever did. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's only been an hour. I don't know why it says 2. So I don't know if there's really any other questions. Like I say, to do a little recap, it's just you have to do your own due diligence. Your trading style might not be like my trading style. My trading style is not like Ross Cameron, Mad Ass, Steven Ducks, like Dace of 420. Great trader. Yes, he had a bad loss, but our trading styles are so different. So like you're sitting on the sideline saying, "Hey, can I make money with his? Can I make money with his? Can I make money with that? Can I make money with this?" At the end of the day, it's you have to start like recording what makes you money. If candlesticks make you money, then stick with it. Don't veer from it. If trading VWAP makes you money, trade the VWAP. If trading the 9 EMA makes you money, then trade that. But it has to be consecutive. You have to know what you're doing. If you don't, you might as well flip a coin, heads or tails, and say, "Well, I hope I win." Like, there's no hope in the stock market. The stock market has no feelings, absolutely none. If they take $40,000 from you in one day, there's no feelings. So I mean, you have to be on the top of your game every single day. Like, every day you come there, if you think that you're better than the market, it will humble you really quick. And the only way you don't get humbled in the stock market is you have an edge. My edge is reading candlesticks. My edge is reading patterns. That's the only thing that separates me from losing in the stock market every single day is I have an edge. And it's just putting in the time, like, to figure out what makes me money, what doesn't make me money. And you cut the noise right out of the picture. Like, you just take the noise, you just get rid of it. Don't worry about what everybody else is trading. Don't worry about how many thousands and $1 million everybody else makes, because they don't affect your life. They're not going to give you money if you lose money. So, like, that's the biggest thing is, like, don't worry about what people's doing. Just worry about yourself. Every day you show up, it's going to put you at your A game. To take $50 a day, $100 a day, $300 a day, every single day, is I said this yesterday. It's hard. It's super hard because there's always emotions in trading. I don't care how good you are, you're gonna have emotions. You could be the greatest trader, and you know what? Once you hit that buy or you hit that sell button, your emotions now kicked in that trade. Because if you go red in that trade, your mind is telling you, hey, I'm red. I need to get out of this trade. You're no longer watching candlesticks. You're reacting to what your brain tells you. It's emotions. That's what separates a great trader from somebody that's trying to succeed. Is that a real trader doesn't trade emotions. They only trade what they're good at. And what you're good at is you do every single day. It's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat every day. So, like, if you're really struggling and you want to take the emotions out of trading, you trade the same way every day. Every day. Win or lose, you trade the same way. Because once you mess that trading style up and you start saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, guess what? That emotion comes in 100 times stronger. But if you trade the same setup every day, you trade the same candlesticks every day, you trade the same thing every day, when that candlestick presents itself and it does something that you, in the back of your mind, are saying, hey, well, this isn't right. In the first 10 minutes, it went green, but it came back red. I'm not seeing a lot of buyers. You know already. Get out of the trade. Like, you know to get out of the trade. It's for your mindset to tell you if you're long or short to either cover or sell or whatever. But I mean, that's the success of a trader, is to know when you're wrong to get out, and when you're right, you stay in. And to be successful, you have to have an edge. So every day that you show up at the stock market, if you have an edge on the system, and you know, like my edge, when that first candle closes green or red, regardless, I'm no longer a biased trader. I don't care which way it wants to go. When that candle closes, I already know in the back of my mind, this is exactly what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it, right or wrong. If I lose, it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to lose in the stock market. If you can't accept that, then you're in the wrong game. But when you lose small. When you win big. Why is that? Because I'm judging candlesticks. I know what that next candlestick should do. So, like, that's how you separate yourself, is you have an edge. Ross Cameron, he has an edge. He can read level 2. Mad As, he likes to buy big dips. He's watching level 2. His edge is reading level 2. If it wasn't for level 2, he probably wouldn't be where he's at. But he's really great at reading level 2. Steven Duck's really great short seller. They all have an edge, and they do the same thing every single day. Like, they don't venture out from what made them money. And that's what separates somebody that's consistent versus somebody that, is struggling. Which every trader struggles. Trust me, I've I've struggled a lot, and like, I don't know, one day it just clicked, and when that day clicked, I was like a whole game changer. Like, I don't care what direction the stock wants to go. All I care about is when that candlestick closes, I already know the next direction, so that's what gives me the edge. Is when that first 1 hour candlestick closes, the next candlestick that opens, I'm judging my theory, my basis off that first candlestick. And then I'm just looking at support and resistance. That's it. Whew. Cheers. This is a really long live stream. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I don't mean to like preach and prior, but like that's what leads to successful trading. Is you do the same thing repetitive, day in and day out. You only do what you do every day. Like, I don't veer off the 1 hour candlesticks. I don't veer off if that when that candlestick closes, I already know on that when that first candlestick closes in the first hour, I already know my position. Right or wrong, I'm going in. Why is that? Because that's what I do on a daily basis. So, right or wrong, if I'm wrong, you know what? It's a small red day. If I'm right, I just do the same thing again the next day. So, the biggest thing is don't be biased on trades. If you're a short biased trader and you made millions, maybe stick with it. But if you're like me, I'm an average person. Like, I have no secret to day trading. My secret is studying candlesticks and patterns. That's my secret. Is I don't trade what everybody else trades. Like, I could care less what everybody else trades. I could care less what they make. If they make millions and millions, awesome. I mean, I love it. But worst of success is just trade you. At the end of the day, you're only proving yourself right. You're not proving anybody else right. It's just you. Did you study enough for that day to wake up the next day and say, hey, I studied enough, and when the market opens, if you're green, you studied enough. If you're red, you studied enough. Why is that? Because you did the same thing every day. Doesn't matter red or green, it's just the same setup every single day. But once you start getting green, you know in the back of your mind when something's not going right. And you can tell yourself, just take the $50 loss and get out of the trade. Why? Because the next candle opens in 30 minutes. You can make that money back. But if you go from a $50 loss to a $600 loss, well, you know, you just put yourself in a bind. So just take the $50 loss. Take the $20 loss. Keep the losses small. When you win 200 and you lose 50, like the next day you're going to do the same thing. So if your edge is making money every day, you're not going to say, well, I lost yesterday. I had a red day, so today I'm going to change my strategy. Why would you change your strategy? You just green. Why are you changing? Because you had a red day? Like, no, you can't change it because you have a red day. You have to change it. You don't change it. Like, you stick with what makes you money. So, yeah. Jay, Dunny, Tron, I really do appreciate you guys stopping in. Anybody else that stopped in, you know, you guys can throw me questions in the videos every day. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm always here to help. And my strategy might not fit your style of trading, which I understand. But I'm just sharing you my experience, what makes me money in the stock market. You can go with anybody's strategy, but all I gotta ask is if you start seeing you're green and you're green and you're green, and then you have a red day, don't think you have to switch something. Like if you have 12 green days and 2 red days, don't feel like you have to don't feel like you have to switch anything, because like all of a sudden your system doesn't work. Like, it works. How does it work? Because you do it every day. Like, you make money every day, and you're gonna mess up. Like today, you know, I had a $4 loss. I'll take $4 loss any day. Like, hell yeah. Excuse my language. Hopefully YouTube doesn't. But I don't want to make this super long, but I do appreciate you guys stopping in. Jay, hopefully you learned something. Tron, I don't know if you're still on. Dunny, if you're still on. I know you guys been around a long time. I really do appreciate it. Super much. But yeah, I'll try to definitely have more videos. But like Jay, I mean, you really got to see my strategy tonight. You got to see how I trade, what I do on a daily basis. I wouldn't switch anything, even if you have a red day. You can try the theory out. Like I say, the 1 hour candles isn't for everybody, but that's what makes me money, so that's what I stick with. But yeah, there's 4 people. Well, I guess I'm probably gonna end it. Jay got to see everything collapse on the back wall, which is awesome. Nothing's loaded, so it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I really want to thank you guys for taking your time, especially everybody that showed up. Like I said, you can always rewind the video to see what I talked about. You can see the passion, I guess, in trading that I have. But Jay's got the it's good times. Yeah. So I guess if there's no further questions, I'll wait a second. If you guys have any other further questions, otherwise, yeah, I'll probably cut the live stream. Like I say, I do appreciate, like, every day you guys watching my videos. I'm just trying to show you guys you can make money in the market. This was cool. Well, thank you. You got to see some good entertainment. You got to see some stuff collapsing. All hell broke loose, but you know what? We still went on with the show. And I don't even think we skipped a beat. But yeah, we'll definitely hit her Monday. I don't know what Plug's gonna do. Like I say, I'm just great stuff as always. Glad I made it on. Yeah, I'm glad you made it on too. I wish I could tell you what I think the market's going to do, but like I say, I trade that first 1 hour candlestick, and whatever that presents me is that sets a tone for the whole day of trading for me. Is that 1 hour candlestick is my golden key, and we'll have to see what happens Monday, long or short. We're going to make money or lose money, but try to keep it small. I really do appreciate the likes. I know my YouTube's my channel's super small compared to a lot of traders, but like I say, hopefully you guys find value in it. So yeah, I guess famous words, people. Till next time, traders. Peace.